Hi, Tampa Native Show fans. Guess what? It's Thursday night at 7 o'clock, and you know what time it is?
Rollin', rollin', rollin'. Keep those ponies rollin'.
Keep those ponies rolling rawhide. That's right. It's Jimmy the Pony night here at Tampa Native Show. So, hard by your TVs, get ready to send us your emails and get ready to call in because the Tampa Native Show starts
Right now.
Yeah.
Giddy up.
Ay. Otra vez. Come here. Let me say something. I remember Tampa, the way she used to be, the places we would run to, the faces we would see. Yes, I remember Tampa, those precious memories, a city rising on the move, a simple yet progressive groove. I remember Tampa, and she remembers me. Yeah. She remembers me.
Welcome to the Tampa Native Show. Stay tuned now for the fastest 60 minutes in cable broadcast history. Live from the studios at TBCN, the home of the Tampa Native Show. Join your hosts, Mario Nunez, the 15-Minute Girl, and Steve Canella as they celebrate growing up in Tampa. From Shock Armstrong to Shakey's Pizza, from Braddock Street to Buffalo Avenue. Get ready to call in and tell us your stories, because sharing your memories has never been this much fun. And now, Mario Nunez, the 15-Minute Girl, and Steve Canella.
She remembers me.
Hi, Tampa Native Show fans. How'd you like that introduction? That was quite an introduction.
fun.
It's fun.
It's Thursday night, 7 o'clock. This is the Tampa Native Show, and my name is Mario Nunez. I'm seated alongside my broadcast partner,
Sally Nunez.
our very own 15-Minute Girl. There she is right there. And here to my right,
Steve Canella.
wearing his Tampa Native shirt, that's Tampa Steve. And as you can see, we're both tonight wearing our Tampa Native shirt. Why? Because sharing our Tampa Native shirt with you has never been this much fun.
It's almost like Casual Friday in a
Ah,
way.
we look good. Yeah, it is Casual Friday.
Last show of the season.
Tell you what, Steve, I've been working out, man. It looks pretty good out there. And then you need
know,
to
if you don't
you need
say
to tighten
so.
your
You know,
suit right
it's
over there.
because I got an extra large shirt.
It's
You
an
have-
optical
you have
illusion.
it's an extra small.
I got the medium on. I got the medium on. Listen, we've been having a blast sitting here waiting for you guys, and we hope that you guys are out there watching us now because we know that we're on today at 6:30, and that's another extra half hour, which is great for everybody, provided you're in front of your TVs right now watching.
Oh, yeah.
Steve, we've done a pretty admirable job, you especially, my good man, as our IT department, putting together all of the wonderful pictures.
had a lot.
Roughly tell our viewers how
did have a lot.
many photographs of Jimmy the Pony pictures we have.
Well, you know, on the Facebook page, Tampa Natives Facebook fan page, we
Mm-hmm.
have almost 60, 65 photos altogether. For the show tonight, there's so many that what I did, created a video that we're going to show tonight, amazing video that kind of encompasses all 50 of them, 50,
Mm-hmm.
59, 58. And but in the meantime, we're going to have another 25 or 30 that we're going to show throughout the show and have little blurbs that we can read about them as well.
Very good.
But you know, I was so excited about the show that I've been chomping at the bit all day.
I know
Oh,
you
wow.
have. There we go.
We'll be hearing many more of
There
those.
we go. Dr. Paul making his first appearance, and it's not even fall yet. How about that? But no, tonight is going to be one of those wonderful shows.
Yeah.
And you know, we know there are some folks that might be watching tonight that still might have their Jimmy the Pony pictures that they haven't located because they're somewhere locked away in a chest, or they're in the attic, heaven forbid, because it's so hot up there. Who knows what happens to the pictures
I
up
know.
there in the heat.
Sure.
But if you happen to find your pictures, we want you to go ahead and send them to us whenever you do, because we're still compiling those. We've got, like Steve said, almost 60 currently.
About 60, right?
About
That's a lot.
60 now, and you know, we'd love to have 100, 200 pictures. Maybe we can even make a little binder, a little book, something that we can put together. But we just want to keep compiling those. What we know about Jimmy the Pony and doing research for the show this week is that there were probably 2 different Jimmy the Ponies,
Yes.
or at least the want to call it the genre, that business, that
Yeah.
type of business,
Right.
where a gentleman would take his pony and put him on his trailer
and drive around to different parts of the neighborhoods in Tampa, early Tampa, and you can just imagine parking up at the end of the street, taking the pony out with the saddle and all the different the hats, and the chaps, and all the different wardrobe that the kids would need, and then walking and going literally door to door, knocking on the doors. It was a real nice little cottage industry for some entrepreneurial young man, probably an older gentleman, I would guess at the time. What we have found out also is that pony rides and this experience with getting photographed atop of a pony is still very much thriving and a business today.
As it should be.
In fact, we
It's
got
so
one
cute.
earlier, about a few hours ago. From,
We sure did.
Baby Rick Wellman.
Yes, we did.
really?
We're going to show that one here as well.
In
cute.
1998. So you know,
right.
as recently as 1998, and the earliest photograph I believe we have documented is 1933, Steve?
1933, that was Joe Roman
Joe Roman Sr.
from the
man.
singing waiter at Columbia
Yeah.
Restaurant.
Joe Roman Sr., who we eulogized a few weeks back on one of our shows when we did the show dedicated to the waiters of the Columbia Restaurant as a young boy. So that's really, really amazing when you think about it. All the way back to 1933, Jimmy the Pony, or that type of business, I should say, was in existence. So we have a lot to look forward to. We're going to do probably 2 or 3 different things before we get into the meat of the Jimmy the Pony show because we've got some things to take care of. But in addition to that, we also know that maybe some of you are not quite in front of your TVs yet. We don't want to play that video, which is about 3.5 minutes long. Excuse me.
You little
Pardon
horse?
me. I am a little horse.
is
There
a
you
little
go.
horse.
Here we go. We're just getting started, y'all. I am a little horse. I've been battling this thing. I don't know what it is, but bear with me. I've got my water here in case I need to. We want to show that video that Steve worked on for us when we feel like most of our audience is
enjoy
in
it.
play.
Yeah,
We don't want
we'll
anybody.
give 'em a little while
we don't
longer.
want anybody to miss it. So you know the number to call in when we start to make that plea for your calls. 813-977-6800. You can always send us an email. Stevie, give them that email address.
That is show@tampanatives.com, show@tampanatives.com. And don't forget the website, tampanativeshow.com.
Right, and if you have been enjoying our shows, please go to the website and make a comment. Leave a comment for us and tell us how much you are enjoying the show.
Exactly. Good
We
point.
love to get those comments, and we would like to see those comments kind of get piled up and piled up because, well, it just looks good when you're in there reading all those comments. And Stevie and I,
feels good.
Yeah, it feels good for us to know you're out
Yeah.
there watching.
Exactly.
So please, please, please take care of that for us. Now, at the top of the show, I'd like to wish my
yes.
youngest son, Nick Nunez, who's
Nicholas.
out there today celebrating his 27th birthday.
Amazing.
And another terrific, fantastic, and somebody who calls in the show all the time. He's probably not calling
Yep.
in tonight because he's out celebrating. Davian Benito,
Happy birthday.
who is also celebrating
I
a
didn't know
birthday
Yeah.
tonight. So
Same
happy
birthday.
birthday
Happy
to
birthday,
those two
guys.
wonderful gentlemen, Davian and Nick. Many happy
That's awesome.
returns.
Yes.
It's that time of year. Birthdays everywhere. And that tells us one thing, and I think
We're getting older.
Well, certainly.
That's a fact.
Number one, Stevie, right? And
I
number
agree.
two, it also tells us, or at least it reminds us of what our parents were doing around New Year's or Christmas
Oh, okay.
many, many years ago. Because, well, let's do the math on that.
Well,
That's
thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah, well, of course. I don't know, my parents are out there watching, so Mom,
So what does
Dad,
that say
we
about
got
you and me and Nick?
Yeah, exactly. Or me, because I think I have a birthday coming up pretty soon as well.
That's true.
Very soon.
That's true.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what the 15-minute girl and I experienced. We'll take it back a little bit. We'll downshift and go into second gear here, get a little more serious, maybe a little more somber for just a minute. Yesterday, the 15-minute girl and I had the opportunity, the privilege, I guess you'd say, of being present at Rick Caceres' funeral. You know, for those of you that may not have heard, I can't imagine that you don't know, but last Friday we lost Mr. Rick Caceres, a Tampa native, a Tampa icon, a Tampa legend,
Treasure.
and certainly a Tampa treasure. And there's been a sort of a bittersweet note because I've been working pretty hard with several people, Jack Espinosa, Indy Cuesta, to see if we can't somehow figure out a way to honor Rick and all of his wonderful accomplishments and all of the goodness that he's brought us here in Tampa over the years. And we've been successful. On the 25th of October, if you'd like to make a note, on the 25th of October, it's a Friday, they're going to be dedicating the field house, the football field house, in honor of Rick Caceres, renaming it the Rick Caceres Jefferson High School
How exciting.
football field house. So
Wonderful tribute.
we'd love for you to be there with us. You'll hear more about that as we get closer to that time. And the sad part for us is that Rick's not going to physically be out there. I say that physically because I have
be
a sneaky
there.
suspicion he's going to be
Yeah.
watching the proceedings and probably telling everybody who's watching, hey, fellas, what's all the big fuss about?
Yeah.
Because that's just the kind of gentleman that he was. The Church of Incarnation in Town and Country was packed, full of family and friends and former professional football players to show you the impact that Rick had on the community, to show you what he meant to his friends in the NFL. Mike Ditka and Paul Hornung, two NFL Hall of Famers, two NFL greats, names that are easily recognizable to even the casual football fan, were in attendance. They got up that morning bright and early, chartered a private jet. I'm assuming that Coach Ditka probably flew from Chicago to Louisville to pick up Paul Hornung, and then together flew down to Tampa for the funeral services. And they were both in attendance, and they were both pallbearers. It was touching to see them there and to also hear them get up and speak so passionately about their dearly departed friend. And Rick was an amazing individual. I think for those of us that are, say, in his age range, his contemporaries, the Indy Cuestas, the Jack Espinosas that went to school with him, they knew him as a contemporary and as a dear friend, somebody that their lives have been intertwined with throughout their entire childhood and adulthood. And then there's maybe that group of fellas that's maybe 10 to 15 years older than Steve and myself that saw him as that icon, that athletic, legendary figure that set the bar high for all of us who were coming through the athletic ranks in high school to try to emulate and try to be like him. And then, of course, there's fellas in Steve's age range, my age range, and younger that looked upon Rick Caceres as a mythical god, really and truthfully, because we were just a little bit young when he finished his career in the NFL, so all we ever heard about was this guy,
A legend, really.
this great player that came out of the Tampa schoolyards to ultimately play in the NFL.
Mario, maybe we can take a second to have Erica bring up those two photos, the first two photos.
I think that would be great. Call for those, Stevie.
Yeah, it should be 0A and 0B, I believe.
If you would like to,
There you go.
if you would like to help us, there is a movement. Look at that; those are wonderful pictures. That picture there of him wearing the number 60 is his high school yearbook picture from Jefferson High School, and of course, the one across from him receiving that pitch out wearing number 35 is one of his many, many photographs as a Chicago Bear, as are those other two pretty inspiring photographs. I think what you need to remember about Rick more than anything else is that he was probably, not that one just yet,
Well, yeah,
Erica.
the one after that.
Not that one just yet. The one that follows that one, I think. What you need to remember about Rick is that he was probably Tim Tebow and Bo Jackson before we even knew who those two gentlemen were. You see, he was quite a physical specimen. He was about 6'3" and about 225 pounds. So when he was on the football pitch, he was bigger than most of the linemen and faster than most of the defensive backs. I imagine he struck fear in a lot of his competitors. That's Ferdy Pacheco. We'll get to that picture in just a moment as well. Thank you, Erica. We'll talk about Ferdy in just a second. But back to Rick, if you want to bring that image up of that flyer, let me mention that there is a movement afoot as well to see if we can't possibly get Rick one last consideration, because of all of his accomplishments, the only one that has eluded him for all these years has been the National Football League Hall of Fame, and we would certainly love to see him honored in such a special way. We've got to make an appeal to the Veterans Committee. I'm sort of heading up a local effort, I guess you'd say. I'm the point man, but by no means am I the only person involved in the effort. And if you'd like to help us, reach out to us. You can send us an email at show@tampanatives.com. My phone number is there. That's my cell number. You're welcome to send me a message on Facebook as well, and let us know that you'd like to participate. It's going to take a lot of people. It's going to take probably some signatures on a petition. It's probably going to take a trip to Canton, Ohio, and talk to the Veterans Committee in person. But we do have the good fortune of having Mike Ditka still among us, and Paul Hornung, who have tremendous leverage and gravitas where the NFL is concerned.
And love for Rick.
And profound love and
Yes.
affection for Rick. So there's an opportunity there, maybe a small window. So we're probably going to have to act quickly. But we can get him in posthumously, and perhaps he'll get his bronze bust in Canton, and he'll get that gold jacket, and deservingly.
Yeah.
I'd like to also mention that today I had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Ferdy Pacheco. And some of you might remember that name that resonates with a lot of Tampa natives. When you think about Tampa natives that arguably put us on the map, you can start with, there's Ferdy's picture right there. Thank you, Erica. You can start with Al Lopez because he was the first. And then you've got to consider Rick Caceres, and right in there with Rick Caceres, this gentleman here, Ferdy Pacheco, also known as the Fight Doctor, became world famous as Muhammad Ali's corner man, as his fight doctor for his entire career. And I had the opportunity today to call him because Ferdy was a close friend of Rick's growing up. And he eulogized him wonderfully by making a passionate, I guess you'd say a passage on Facebook, an homage on Facebook. Thank you, sweetie. And I'd like to read it to you in just a couple of seconds, but let me just offer this to you, that Ferdy is wonderful. He lives in Miami, has lived in Miami for several years. He doesn't travel very much, as you can imagine. He's a little bit older, and he doesn't really leave his home too often. But if we could ever get him up here to do the show with us, that would be magical. If we could ever get him to call in, and we might just do that, that would be wonderful as well. But I called Ferdy today because I didn't want to read his passage to Rick without his permission. And he asked me if I would do it, and he was very gracious, and he said, please, I would appreciate it if you did. So Ferdy, if you'll allow me to read this. If you want to bring up Ferdy's picture and put me in the two-shot, Erica, that's fine. It's an open letter to everyone who is a friend of Ferdy's on Facebook. And it says, Rick Caceres, last of the Giants. I know I'm getting close to my time to leave this earth. The absolute last of my athletic heroes has left his imprint on my soul. Rick Caceres is dead. Can that be true? Not superhuman Rick, not the battering ram for the Chicago Bears, not the glittering, scintillating star of Jefferson High School, not the All-American University of Florida, not him. He was a feature in our lives. He had a thrilling career, and his life was sprinkled with magic dust. Rick was our hero. He could do no wrong. He never met a man who did not idolize him. For a man who lived such a turbulent life, when the high life passed him by and he settled into contented midlife, he settled into a happy marriage with his beautiful Polly. Even in older age, Rick was as high-stepping as the best of our age. He should have made it to 100. Well, goodbye, old number 35. I don't know who'll take your place in my pantheon of heroes. In my personal life, it would be the whirling dervish of boxing, Muhammad Ali. But Ali belongs to the whole world. Rick was ours. He was a Tampa banana, a Florida Gator, and finally a Chicago Bear. No one else came close. So he is gone. I'll miss him. Will not see his likes again. It has been a rare privilege to share my youth with you, and you as a friend, and have you as a friend for my entire life. Rest in peace, Rick. That from Mr. Ferdy Pacheco, another Tampa legend,
Absolutely,
and another Tampa treasure.
That's amazing.
So, thank you guys for indulging us here at the Tampa Native Show. As we started our show, I did not feel it would be appropriate to start the show without mentioning that loss. It happened after we did our show last week, so this is the first opportunity we had to address it, and we wanted to do so at the top of the show. Let me also share with you that I spoke with Mr. Jack Espinosa today, and everybody knows Jack, and who doesn't love Jack? And another Tampa treasure as well. Jack has graciously agreed to come on the show with us October 24th, the day before Rick is honored at Jefferson High School, to do a show in Rick's honor, dedicated to Rick. And maybe that'll be a 90-minute show as well. We'll have plenty of pictures.
I'm sure he has plenty of stories.
We'll have some footage. Jack has got some amazing stories about Rick. And Rick will be smiling down upon us, hopefully, and agreeing that we're just stretching the truth a little bit, but what else are we going to do? Rick was amazing. So
I'm sorry that I never got the opportunity to meet Rick Caceres, because just being there at the funeral and listening to all these people pour their hearts out about what a wonderful person and how kind and generous he was to everyone, you know, I wish that I had had the opportunity to meet him.
You know, you're right. I mean, he was a household name in Tampa. I wish I could have met him myself.
Absolutely. Really. I met him only twice more than I ever met Babe Ruth, and of course Babe Ruth died in 1937. So I met Rick as many times as twice, but you came away with the same impression, and that's what everybody said yesterday that spoke about him. You know, I had the opportunity to sit right behind Mike Ditka in the church, Coach Mike Ditka. And,
That was cool.
And we talked to Coach Ditka and offered our condolences. He was gracious. He talked to us, and the first thing he said about Rick, he said, "That's the toughest son of a bitch I ever knew."
Yeah.
And then he followed that up by saying, "And the nicest man that I ever knew." Give you the shirt off his back. And I think that's what everybody remembers about Rick. He's the kind of guy, and Ferdy said it today. He said, "You know, Mario," he said, "the one thing I would have told Muhammad Ali, and I did tell him," he says, "you don't want to get in the ring with that guy. You don't want to mess around with him." Because I asked him, I said, "Ferdy, let's just say for the sake of argument, had Rick gone into boxing as a career, what kind of a champ would he have made?" He said he would have been the world champ unequivocally. He said he was lightning fast as Ali, and he packed the hell of a punch. So that coming from the fight doctor, that should tell you something about Rick's prowess and probably why he was so fierce on the football field. Okay.
But a sweetheart. A sweetheart.
But a gentle giant.
Yeah,
That's,
really.
I heard that phrase more than once yesterday.
Yeah.
A gentle, gentle giant. So condolences to Rick's family, to Polly, and to the rest of the family. And we'll see you guys again, hopefully all of you, on the 25th, when we can celebrate together the naming of the field house at Jefferson High School. Thanks, guys, for indulging me.
Very
We
nice.
appreciate that.
Very nice.
Let's get to Jimmy the Pony. Well, let's tell everybody about the Bolita drawing. Steve, why don't you tell everybody what's at stake tonight? What can they win tonight?
Many items. One is Caro Calillo coffee.
Oh, I like the way
Very
you said
nice.
that.
This is Rico
Steve.
Rico, actually.
Rico,
And
Rico.
I rolled my R's perfectly.
Yes, you did.
And what else we have? We have 200 milliliter, I think,
Of?
of Joe and Sons olive oils.
Yes.
Or balsamic vinegar.
Balsamic
Or
vinegar.
balsamic
Vinaigrette.
vinegar.
Correct.
Too. Very good. You got to try it. Great place to go. It's an experience, actually.
Yeah.
And the grand prize tonight
what's
will
the grand prize?
will be a Tampa Native shirt, which
Okay.
we don't have
Yours?
on set
The
with
one
us
you're wearing?
tonight. Yes, the one I'm wearing. I'm going to take
Let's
it off.
take it right
I'm
off
gonna
his
take
back.
it right off my back in honor of our dearly departed friend Rick Caceres, who would have taken the shirt off of his back as well.
And I'm sure he did.
I will take this shirt off my back here tonight on the set and mail this one to you. I won't wash it. I'll just send it to you directly. Actually, no, it won't be this one because we don't have any more of these Tampa Native shirts. These in particular became very popular.
They were.
I mean, shortly after I think we made about 24 of them. Shortly after they became the most popular shirt.
They flew off the shelves.
I think especially with
Hillsborough
Hillsborough
High
High
School
School.
colors,
Yeah,
I think,
Hillsborough
yeah.
High School colors. They also have the font, the Tampa Native
Bucks.
font that looks like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
So everybody wanted these shirts and they sold out rather quickly. But we do have a new shirt that's a 50-year commemorative, 50-year anniversary commemorative shirt. It's our brand new shirt.
I like that shirt.
With 10 sponsors on the back that are iconic sponsors that have been in Tampa doing business for at least 50 years. That will be giving away tonight as well. Now, Steve has created a new page on our website. Steve, you've got that new page up and ready to go? It's our Bolita drawing winner page.
Oh, well, yes. Actually, it is up right now.
Sure.
So after tonight's show, what we'll do is we will post all the winners of the Bolita drawings from here on out for every week.
Right.
Great.
They'll be posted on the website.
They'll be
Tampa Native
posted
Great
so you can
idea.
see how often Hugh
Yes.
Perrette wins.
Right.
You can see how often Rosemary
Joe and
Durant
Keitha.
wins. Joe and Keitha. You'll see how obnoxious it is that they keep winning.
And we'll see
Yeah.
how much they
Davian
win.
Benito wins
and Davian
often.
Benito, we
Yeah.
love you guys and we want you to keep winning.
That's
So
right.
it's just another way for us to keep current with all of that and our sponsors as well, so that our sponsors know who their winners are and Marilyn and Andrea can know who to expect to come
Right.
down to the shop to pick up their winnings.
And speaking of Bolita drawings, we have some numbers already.
Can we
Really?
give those to
Yeah,
the
let's do
15-minute
that
girl,
right now
darling?
Okay.
before we take off and get the show running.
Rolling.
Hold
Rolling,
your
rolling.
horses, though.
Hold your horses.
We'll be starting this pretty soon. Okay, we have Alyssa Governale. Her number's 20.
Okay, 20.
Terry?
Hold on.
Oh, a little too fast.
I don't write that fast, Steve.
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
Terry Governale,
And what's her number?
54.
54.
There you go.
Terry.
And we have Sylvia,
Is this another
Ondurko.
Governale? Oh, no.
Sylvia Ondurko.
Okay.
O-N-D-E-R-K-O.
That's the three generations.
Right. And what's that number?
14.
14.
And then,
Affectionately
Hold on.
Her
referred
uncle.
to going forward as the three generations.
yeah, you're right, 3 generations.
Okay, and the uncle?
Rick Ondurko,
And
number
the
30.
30.
There you go. That's how you do
Okay.
Yeah,
it here at the
that's-
Tampa Native Show. So if you want to win, you got to
Perfect.
get in to win, right?
You got to play or you can't win.
You got to get in to win, and you can do that by one of two ways: by making a phone call, telling us your Jimmy the Pony story tonight, and by sending us an email. Steve's listening, and you know what's funny? You can't hear it there at home, but whenever your email comes in, there's a little bit of a chime that we hear here
can
on
hear
the
it.
set.
Yeah.
So Steve is always checking, always checking.
And you know what? We actually got another Jimmy the Pony photo about 10 minutes ago.
Oh.
Really?
A little too late. We had to get them into the TriCaster about a
Yep.
couple hours ahead of time. But
Yeah.
well, maybe we'll show it next week if we have time. Oh, no, not next week, but the week after. We're
the
off.
week after, because next
right.
week,
Yes,
this is
right.
the last show.
Last
this
show.
season.
This is the last show. We're about 10 minutes away, by the way, of showing that video that Steve has put together. And then we're going to get into this show on Jimmy the Pony, full gallop, full stride. So if you've got somebody that you're just now turning on the show and you want to call your friends and say, hey, the video's coming up, Jimmy the Pony, call them. This would be a good time to do so. We're about 10 minutes
Yeah.
away from showing that video. What did you just say, Stevie?
Well, mainly, real quickly,
Oh,
though,
I know, but the
Yeah.
off week next week. Forgive me.
Off week, yeah.
Next week, this is amazing. This is week 12 of season 10 of the Tampa Native Show. Now I feel like Wendy Ryan of season 10.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Of the, huh? Is that how she does it?
That's exactly how she
of the. I'm sorry. I don't know what's getting into me. Of season
You're
10
just
of the
being
Tampa
you,
Native
dear.
Show. Okay, it's amazing. We have a week off next week. We're going to probably put in a past show that we know resonates with our fans, so that
fun
you kind of
sighting
a fun show, so you can get used to. We don't want you to go away.
No.
We still want you to tune in on Thursday nights
Exactly.
at 7, and then we'll be back in 2 weeks with another live show. Do you have something for
But
us?
don't call in because we won't be here next week.
Yeah, because if you call in the show, we won't be here. You'll get a busy signal, or somebody else will answer
You
the
can send
phone.
us an email to say hi, though, if you want to.
So, and we just stalled long enough. This is great. We just stalled long enough. We can see in the control
Here
room.
she is.
You can't see. but-
Dory.
Hello, Dory.
Hello, Dory just walked in. So now
Hi, Dory.
our phone answerer is at her post. She wasn't here up until just now. So she's ready to answer your phone calls, 977-6800 when you're ready to call.
And you
Yes,
know
sir.
what? One of our biggest fans, Big Mike Bedrennen.
Oh, yeah.
He sent an email.
There you go. Big Mike's
Here we
watching
go.
in
He sent,
Orlando.
watching
Hi,
from
Mike.
Orlando. I
Would he
know.
send a number?
He sure did. It's Mike would be either 3 or 13
Yes.
or 33.
Yes.
Okay, let's
Cindy,
see.
let me know what you have there.
313 or 33?
3, 13,
Three
or
would be the first,
33.
yeah.
3 would be first. but
No,
we know,
three's
three's
Joe.
three's gone.
13 is taken, so it's going to be
33.
33.
33. He barely made that one.
And what about Sherry Strawberry?
18, 22, or 9.
Okay.
Our fans are so-
18.
Oh, wait.
Sherry.
This is Mike Beluha.
Yeah.
Not Big Mike Bedrennen.
Well, there you
okay.
go. Because
okay.
you said Cindy.
That's right.
You see? And then you
But
threw
what
me
did
off.
you say about
Exactly.
Sherry?
No, it's not
No,
Sherry.
no.
Oh,
It's Mike
Cindy.
Baluha.
That's Mike Beluha.
Okay,
Right.
so Cindy
Right.
gets 18.
Right. And Mike right now is yelling at you, wondering
Saying,
what's going
My
on.
name isn't Mike Bedrennen. It's Mike Beluha.
We're not perfect on the show, but we do the best we can.
Yes,
Exactly.
But the Cindy thing threw everybody off
That's
here.
what- that's
That's
it
why I
is.
said
Does
Sherry
Mike have a
Strawberry.
number too?
Oh, Mike was the first
Yeah,
one.
he was the first one.
And what was that?
33.
33.
Oh, you said Mike Pedrinin.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it was my
Totally
fault there.
confusing.
Yes, don't
Mike
worry.
Beluha,
Don't
Mike
worry.
Beluha.
There's
Mike
a 7-second delay. Sal's going to
Baluha.
catch up here in
Mike,
just a
you're down for number 30.
33. Excellent. Excellent. Excellent.
30-minute second delay.
30. No, 7 second. Are we all caught up?
We're caught up.
All right, very good.
Okay.
All right, do we have any other announcements, Stevie, that we
No.
need to make?
How about the Italian Club?
The New Year's Eve?
party. We have a photo.
We can mention it now.
We can mention that real quick.
And then we can bring it up again later at the end of the show.
Let's do that for sure.
You want to do it? You want to take this one?
Definitely.
Take
Take
this
it.
one, big guy.
Stay
Call
tuned.
for that. Call for that graphic.
Let's bring up that photo right now. It's going to be, I don't have the number, but it's, I think it's
New Year's Eve party. New Year's Eve
NYE,
dance party.
I believe is what it says.
NYE.
There it is.
Oh, look at that.
This is from our 2009 New Year's Eve party,
I took that
which
photo.
was a blast. And we're going to do it again this year.
Yes.
Join us at the Italian Club, Ybor City, 7th Avenue. It's going to be great. We're going to have music, dancing, open bar.
Yes,
Also, what do you think
you
about
are
that?
correct, sir.
Oh, free parking too. Don't forget that.
Or parking
So-
is included.
Well, yeah, it's
Parking
included.
included.
It's included. Open bar, dancing, food.
I'm looking forward to the dancing part.
Going to have a great time. So please join us. And you can find us on Facebook or just send us an email if you have any questions at show@tampanatives.com.
Now, when is that again, Steve?
That's going to be December 31st.
December
That's
31st,
right.
because there's only one New Year's Eve.
That's right.
That's
It only
correct.
comes once a year.
And the Tampa natives do know how to party, y'all.
Yes,
Exactly.
we do.
So there's music. There's going to be an open bar. I think Steve mentioned that.
Yeah, couple
Parking
times.
is included. It's going to be the fabulous Italian Club. We're hoping for about 150 people. Seats
Right.
are limited. And as we get closer, we're going to run out of time and run out of space. So don't delay. We'd love to have you join us.
Right.
And we've got special opportunities for our sponsors to sponsor not only tables, but the event as well. So hang on. We've got information coming your way. We've locked this in. We've signed our contracts with the Italian Club.
Crossed our T's and dotted our I's.
Thank you. And we're looking forward to seeing everybody there. So get ready to party. Bring your party shoes, your dancing shoes.
Yeah, because it's going to be here before you can blink.
Before you know it.
Yeah.
Last day of summer is The 21st, right?
It is.
Is Saturday evening, is the
Wow.
official last day of summer. But we know we got a little more heat
That's
to get
different
through
in
before we get
Florida.
to that first cool breeze of fall. You got something else
You know
coming
what?
in?
I have to make an announcement here.
Please?
Yes.
The plot thickens, really.
Uh-oh.
It wasn't Mike Padrinin.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
And
no.
it wasn't Mike Bluha.
Oh, no.
But it was Mike Balez. And
Oh,
he
no.
writes,
Thanks, Steve.
what
for
are you
totally
guys
screwing it up.
drinking? And
No.
No,
Now
we're
you
not
guys.
drinking.
Now you
It's
guys.
Steve.
Yeah, three shot.
Steve is drunk. Steve is drinking.
Now you guys. This is Steve.
So
All Steve.
Well, you know-
where do we begin here?
well, I'm so used to getting Mike and Cindy's numbers every
So
week.
You
neither
can't
one
see
of
it, but
those.
Steve
I
is
know.
about as red as the shirt that
I
he's
know.
wearing
No,
right
We're
now.
not
Very
blaming it
flash
on me. this
33 is
time.
now Mike Belez
Balez.
with a V.
No, B-A-L-E-Z. Balez.
Oh, Balez. Okay.
Balez.
B-A-L-E-Z. That's
And
a,
it's actually
Mike is a new viewer.
it's
I've not
Emilio.
heard that name
It's
before.
Emilio Balez.
What are we going? What's happening here?
Emilio Balez.
It's not mine.
Emilio. It's not mine.
No, Emilio with an M.
Emilio.
M-I-L-I-O.
Steve, go
No,
to the,
I don't know what
I
happened.
don't know what happened.
I don't know
there.
what
It's
happened.
technical-
No.
Technical difficulty.
go to the cupboard and get a noodle and spank yourself.
Yeah, the only technical. I don't want to see that. The only technical
don't either.
difficulties here is that somewhere in the reading process where we had to learn.
There was.
There was. I
Okay,
think.
who's number
it's-
18?
It's reading too fast.
Wow.
Number 18?
Yes.
Let me see
Because
here.
I've got Cindy Beluha.
Let's see. That would be, actually, it would be Cindy
Balez.
Balez.
Unbelievable.
Very,
Sorry,
very close to
folks.
Beluha.
We're
Okay.
not blaming this on the 15-minute girl this week.
Nope. Or the host with the most. So let's recap now.
All right.
Rick Caceres passed away. We eulogized Rick on the show. We read a letter from Ferdy Pacheco. It's at 7 o'clock now. We figured that our viewers are now joining us for the first time.
Hello.
Welcome to those of you that are just joining us, thinking that
welcome.
we started at 7 because we've actually been on the air since 6:30. We're recapping currently. We're taking Bolita numbers in real time as emails come in, and Steve manages to read them, maybe. He
Get them right.
passes the information over to the 15-minute
Yes.
girl. She logs them on her sheet.
We have a process.
We have 200 milliliters of balsamic vinegar, cold pressed olive oil. We have a pound of Caracolillo coffee, and we have a shirt to give away. Getting ready. In just about 3 minutes, we're going to show you a video that Steve has put together, a compilation, a wonderful
great.
compilation.
You love it.
About 60 photographs. Jimmy the Pony. For those of you, again, that are just joining us, remember Jimmy the Pony?
I love
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy the Pony.
Jimmy the Pony was a part of
so
our lives
cute.
growing up. And he went through probably 2 and as many as 3 generations.
Yeah.
Because we've got a photograph that dates all the way back to
33?
1933. And we've got one as recently as 1998, so that's pretty neat.
And you know what? Maybe even Edie Courtney Strickland may even call in. It'd be nice.
That'd be
would
great because he
Because her
said his-
father,
Yes.
her father
Yeah.
was the photographer,
right?
correct?
For one
for
of
a
the-
period
right.
of time for Jimmy
For
the
Jimmy
Pony.
the
So
Pony.
she has
Exactly.
she has some personal stories that she could share with us. We also just got through
Yeah.
talking about the New Year's Eve dance party with the
Party.
Tampa Natives. So
Right.
you are officially caught
up.
up.
Up to date. Updated. Yep.
Mr. Michael Balez and your
Actually,
wife
Emilio.
Emilio Balez and your wife
Cindy.
our
We've got you
apologies.
down.
Apologies. We know now that you're neither Big Mike Padrinin from Orlando
No.
or Mike Baluha from Lincoln.
And this man right
Lincoln
here
Street.
is in charge of the mix-up.
Now let's talk a little bit about what we might be doing directly after the show as we cue up the video and get ready to show you that video on Jimmy the Pony. Just after the show tonight, Hard Rock Cafe.
Oh, that's right.
Cuckoo.
Yes. Our
Rodney
fave.
Justo, Roy Garcia, Robin Sibicao. It's going to be an amazing show. Free, right after the show. 3 of us will be there. Join us. We'll allow you to buy us a cocktail or perhaps a cold beer. After all, tomorrow's my birthday. Now, Erica, are you ready in the booth with that video? All right.
Great.
She's giving us a thumbs up, meaning she's ready. We're officially getting ready to start the Jimmy the Pony show.
Can't wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, this courtesy of Mr. Steve Canella,
AKA IT department.
IT department, trouble with the reading, but man, can he
He
put a
got this
video
one good.
together.
I have another
Yeah.
follow-up to that email. By the way.
Man, can he
We'll get
put
to
a
that
video
later.
together. Enjoy
one's
this. back live. Almost.
Sort of.
What'd you think about that?
That was awesome.
Pretty
That was
pretty
very
good.
That
nice
was a
job.
no-brainer for sure.
Yeah.
And
Great
extra
pictures.
bonus points for those of you that can send us an email. The first person, don't say anything, darling. The first person to identify that at the
Oh, yeah.
beginning. Everybody knows what
And-
that
and at the
song,
end.
what movie that song was from.
Hey, breaking news! I'm getting
You got breaking
More
news?
Yeah, breaking news
breaking
on my
news?
earpiece right now.
Breaking news. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news. Steve?
Well, you know what? I wasn't crazy after all on the emails.
Excuse
and
me?
On the Bolita draws. I wasn't crazy after all.
Is
I
this
just
part
got
2?
I just got an email from Mike and Cindy Beluha, and that was their email, but it had Emilio Balez, and they said it was accidentally on a different email, and they apologized. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's what it was. I thought it looked like their numbers, you know, and
You know,
the
they're-
numbers
They,
that-
they don't.
Right.
It's too coincidental.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And I didn't want to say anything because I felt it was inappropriate to do so.
No, it wouldn't.
But it still begs the question, ladies and gentlemen, how did Mike Padrinin get in there?
Yes.
Because we understand
Well, he does call
Well, that-
in.
the Emilio Balez, Mike Beluha thing,
I can
but
explain that part.
the Padrinin thing we're
can
not
explain
quite
that
sure of. All right, so let's fire up the phone lines,
Move
ladies
on.
and gentlemen.
Moving on,
813-977-6800. If you saw yourself in that montage video, we'd like to hear from you. If you have a Jimmy the Pony story, we'd like to hear from you. And if I have to pick up my phone and call myself to tell my own Jimmy the Pony story, I'll hear from myself apparently.
Yes.
All right, Stevie, we got some pictures. You want to do some
We
pictures?
do. Let's do that. In fact, let's go through the first maybe.
Start the process.
yeah.
Here it goes. We're underway.
Let's start from
The Jimmy the Pony Show.
Pony number 1.
Starts right now.
Very good.
And how about I read the first 7?
Please
or
do.
So. Let's
Please do.
that.
So call for the picture.
It'll be Pony number 2 to start with, actually.
Number 2.
Look at
All right,
that,
this is going to be. This
Jimmy.
is Lori Alonzo Pask. Remember the Alonzo?
Of course.
Yeah, the pharmacy, right?
Of
Right.
course.
That was great. We
Yeah.
showed that on the Mom and Pop show.
Lori
a couple
Alonzo
weeks ago.
Pask, who won one of our Bolita drawings, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. She won the Joe and Sons Olive Oil.
I think
Think
you're
you're
right.
correct.
I think
Go
you're
ahead.
right. Well,
Very good.
Well, let's go on to the next one. This is number 3, and this is her brother, Skip Pask.
How cute.
Oh, wow.
How about that? Jimmy the Pony, as you can clearly see on the bridle there. And number 4, this is Loretta Ramori Hogden, 1955 or 1956 at 1206 Holmes Avenue. And another great photo.
I
Now,
love
what year would
Jimmy
you-
the
what would
Pony.
you- would
Look
you
at
expect
that. He
that
was
would
such
be?
a handsome pony.
Where?
What type of a pony was he, darling?
He was a handsome pony.
Yes, he was. And the breed of the horse?
He's not a Palomino.
I believe
Pinto?
it- No, I believe it was a Palomino pony.
Was he?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I think
okay.
you're right.
Yes.
I think you're right.
Yes.
I love him.
No, he's
adorable.
He is. He is. And you know, even though sometimes you see Jimmy's got a little bit of a sad face because
Yeah.
you know it's probably hot and he was tired and he wanted to
Yeah.
go lay down and take
He
a nap.
wanted
whatever
more
horses
kids
do.
on his back.
looked
But
bored.
but he was a gorgeous pony.
He was. He really was.
And somebody
Yeah.
took the time to the bridle was embossed with his name.
Yeah, it was
engraved with his
beautiful,
name.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
leather. Beautiful, beautiful,
Little
beautiful.
No, it was
decorations.
fantastic.
Keep rolling with the photographs.
Yeah, this is number 5. This is, let's take a look at this one.
Oh, this is the doubleheader.
Yeah, doubleheader. Brother and sister Russell Henry and Diane Henry on Jimmy and the Pony in Tampa, Florida on Douglas Street. Actually, they have the date down.
Wow,
to the
that's
day,
pretty cool. Look at
April
this.
24th, 1961.
Wow.
Photo courtesy of Diane Henry Clark. Next one, Steve Solario.
Thank you, Diane Henry Clark, for sending that
Yes.
picture. Look at Jimmy, though. He's gorgeous.
that.
And
And
look
he was
how
always-
he stands, just correct, absolutely correct.
He's proud, you know.
Yeah, he's
That's
very
how
Jimmy,
proud.
proud.
Jimmy was good at his job.
Oh, he knew what he was doing.
I hope they treated Jimmy well.
This is Steve.
I hope so. Steve Solario and Jimmy, May 1961. And this is courtesy of his cousin, Janet Stout Toms.
Thank you, Janet Stout Toms, for sending in that beautiful picture.
Look at the
Let's
little
stay on that
heart
picture for
around
a
his
second longer
neck.
while I point out to you that was probably in the back of the house. That probably was the utility room that everybody had.
Jealousy
back then.
windows.
And you got to love those jealousy windows.
And it was probably near the fuel oil tank.
Yeah, the tank
the
was just
back.
out of the picture.
Right,
yeah,
correct.
because every house had one.
Because, you know,
Exactly.
I think my sister and I had one in the backyard just like
Yes.
that, right in
Yeah.
front of the window.
And we'll see that in just a couple
yeah,
of
we
minutes.
sure will.
Wonderful.
We sure will. In fact, you know what? I think the next picture is me. Let's take a look.
Wow.
Hey!
Now, this is 1965, actually. And
Yippee-ki-yay-ki-yo.
I'm posing like Roy Rogers on a horse. Like, it's amazing.
I don't think that's Roy Rogers, kid. I'm sorry, I think that's more like the Lone Ranger or something.
It kind of looks like Clint Eastwood.
You got a little
Yeah, there you
gangster
go.
lean there
Little-
going on, man.
I know,
You
Little
like,
baby Clint Eastwood.
I like your hat cocked to the side,
I know.
man. You had it going on, man.
That's a great picture.
living that
We've
one
got
up.
another picture like that in a little while coming up that's actually pretty good.
That's hilarious.
And you
There's Big Steve.
can see the family resemblance.
Yes.
I mean, there's Little Steve, there's Big Steve. Little Steve, Big Steve. There you go.
There you go. I'm missing
Attaboy.
the hat. I should have a hat on tonight.
Wonderful split screen there, Erica.
That was great.
Wonderful split
Yeah.
screen.
Good job, Erica. Okay, let's go to number 8. Now this is Alan and Larry Solowitz on Jimmy, Riverside Heights, circa early 1960s. And if we can go to the next one, this
You're
is
right. Why are we going so fast?
Well,
I love that.
you wanna go
picture.
back to that?
I do.
Yeah,
Just
let's
a
go
real
back.
quick
Let's go
second.
back.
Because,
So cute.
again, it's an adorable picture. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, you got the two brothers on there. That's
Yeah.
amazing. And then you've got, Jimmy doing his thing, man.
Look at he's got kind of really short legs, but he's really stout.
He's stout. Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
he's built. He's built for endurance.
Yeah.
And the two brothers on his back there. That's a wonderful picture. If either of those two guys are out there watching tonight, and we can't imagine why they wouldn't
Yeah.
be, Alan or Larry, give us a call. Tell us what that was like, what you remember. Next picture.
No, that's great. And there's a little bit of a connection between those two pictures. This is Karen Patterson on Jimmy, circa 1958. And she says the pictures before, the one you just saw, may actually have been taken on the same day. Her mom recalls Jimmy the Pony coming around the neighborhood to see whose parents would allow them to mount him for his memorable photo opportunity. She writes, I remember riding him at birthday parties at McFarland Park. And what a great memory, huh? It's amazing.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
I was reading the rest of it. There was more. You stopped short. You threw me off.
No. Yeah, she
No,
writes.
I got it. So,
Okay, yeah.
so look at all of those wonderful memories
Absolutely.
that Jimmy the Pony created for some lucky kids in Tampa. And I got to assume that he probably did the bulk of his work over the summertime when he knew the kids would be off from
Out of
school,
school,
and
yeah.
home, and probably on the weekends as
Yeah.
well when he knew the parents would be home
Right,
to be
right.
able, because it was the parents arguably that would say, yeah, we'll do it. And I don't even remember what the charge was, what the fee was. Steve, you wouldn't have an inkling, would you?
I don't have an idea at all, but I think we've had Jimmy
Can't
the
have
Pony
been
come
much
around like
back
2 or 3
then.
times, actually 3 or 4 times in my neighborhood over a period of 2 or 3 years.
Sure.
Because first it was just myself and my sister, then later on my 2 younger sisters when they were born a little bit later.
No, I think at one point we have
Yeah.
a family picture where there's 12 Canellas all mounted on Jimmy the Pony.
We
It's
took advantage of every
It's
opportunity.
outrageous. I think that what happened was the man who had Jimmy the Pony probably made a notation in his little logbook saying,
These guys are
"Suckers!" Back to this Canella house. But I'm jealous because you have
I wanted him to come.
Not just one, but yeah.
No, you don't have just
Yeah.
one. You have several Jimmy the Pony. So if there's anybody out there currently that knows, or that remembers, better said, what the cost was for Jimmy
Yeah.
the Pony, it couldn't have been more than a couple of dollars.
Probably not.
I mean, this
Probably
was in the
not.
1950s, the 1960s. What about in the 1930s when Joe Roman Sr. was?
Yeah.
We have his picture of being on the Jimmy the Pony.
So do you think he was in like a little trailer and then he
I'm
Yeah, he
guessing
was.
it was
knocked
a
on
little
people's
pony trailer.
doors and
Absolutely.
Yeah,
They
they-
said yes. He brought him out.
Yes. No, I think that he came to the door with Jimmy.
Really?
Yeah, like I envisioned this, and I don't know why, but Jimmy and his owner parking at the end of the street.
Really?
Yeah, and getting out and then just kind of
Just-
walking the
right.
street and going door to door, knocking on the door, and Jimmy would be there. He wouldn't have to pull Jimmy out of the trailer every time.
I'm just
I
trying
think
to
that's the
figure it
way.
out.
I think that's the way it did work.
Yeah, and he just kind of
Right.
weaved throughout the street and probably stopped to give Jimmy some water.
And people were excited about that because in reality it was city limits, so you couldn't own a horse.
That's right.
So what other
And all
opportunity
the kids
did you
were
have
probably
to actually
Sure.
get on a horse
excited,
Sure.
too.
and get your
Yeah.
picture taken? So it was a big draw,
Yeah.
really.
And I don't believe that he had something, like the ice cream man, you hear the music on the truck, so you run outside because you hear the music on the truck.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe that was the case. He might have had a bell or, something that he would ring.
Or the word spread real fast.
Or he'd come up to the door, Jimmy the Pony, and
Jimmy
then,
the Pony's
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Because, maybe you had air conditioning, maybe you didn't have air conditioning in your
Yeah.
house. So days before air conditioning,
Well, the
he's
kids
just,
would be outside
You would hear
too,
it.
And be outside, so you'd
that
hear
must
it.
have been
The
so
news
much
would travel
fun.
fast.
Yeah, I just, I just like to know more about it. So if you have more information about how the whole operation worked out,
Yeah.
please let us know. Now, we also have a photograph. We want to show you an image. Erica, this is the image that you showed at the outset when, I believe it's picture number 2. It's called A Pony Rides. And we want to show this picture as well because, and there's a significance for this. We had the opportunity to talk to, is it picture number 2?
No, it was 0, 2,
Zero
I believe,
two?
or 0A or 0B, I believe.
There you go, 0B. There
There
you
it
go.
is.
A. Thomas Pony Rides. We had the occasion just yesterday,
Yesterday.
15-minute girl and myself, to take a ride out to Land O'Lakes and see the proprietors, David and Monica Zumo, who own A. Thomas Pony Rides.
Yes.
And there is a connection. We did, again, some research, because we do a lot of research here on the Tampa Native Show.
We sure
so
do.
in doing some of the research on Jimmy the Pony, we found out that there is still a descendant of the original Jimmy the Pony handlers that are in the business. And Monica Zumo is the granddaughter of one of the owners of Jimmy the Pony previously. So we were able to go out there and have some pictures taken. We'll show you that image in just a little while. But we wanted to promote their business because they are lovely people.
They are very
They're getting
nice.
ready to come into their high season. This is their Facebook page, and it's listed just as you see there, A. Thomas Pony Rides. So look them up on Facebook, friend them, and be on the lookout for them, because they come to the carnivals, the fall carnivals.
They have all kinds of animals.
Pony
too.
rides. They have ewes.
They had geese.
They had geese. They had
Goats.
Peking
no,
ducks.
not goats. Sheep.
Ewes, sheep, yeah, ewes.
Not ewes,
Ewes, sheep.
sheep.
They have ewes,
Just
sheep. Oh, I give myself a bell ringer. That was really good, Stevie. They ewes, sheep. They had a menagerie out there.
It
Let's
was
put it-
raining,
10
though,
acres and a
yesterday.
menagerie, and it was wonderful.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you see them, by all means, tell them we
Very
said
sweet
hello.
people.
Tell them the Tampa Native Show sent you, and enjoy their services.
And what were you doing out there?
We were out there looking about because
We
we were looking
were-
for
yes, we were looking at ponies.
We were looking at ponies. I'll just leave it at that. We were looking at ponies.
In the rain.
Line 4? Line 4. Let's see who's on the air. We got some callers, ladies and gentlemen. The Tampa Native Show is officially on the air.
Welcome in.
Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, this is Mike Baluna, the prankster here.
Thanks, Mike. You threw me off.
Thanks for
Oh,
the
Mike.
mix-up.
You had Steve going.
I'd see if Steve was on his toes tonight, and I'd
He
give him a little
wasn't.
I started off.
there.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
We got it straight
Edge of
now,
his
though.
seat, actually. Edge of his seat.
Yeah.
All right. Listen, I just wanted to find out because you may have mentioned it this evening. Maybe you didn't. I've been watching since the beginning of the show.
Sure.
But who exactly was the photographer behind the pony? Because I've seen. I've got mine over here. I'm looking at, and I've got my cousin who's about 15 years older than me on the same horse. Like you said, Joe Roman was on one.
Sure.
And I mean that pony must have lived to be 30, 40 years old. You
Yeah.
know?
They do.
Yeah.
We found out yesterday, Mike, that ponies
Right.
do have a pretty long life expectancy. You know, and in some cases, you know, we talked about this to the owner, even longer than dogs. You know, in other words, you might have a dog, and if he's healthy and he lives a long life, he can live 14, 15, 17 years. But these ponies live up to 30 and 35
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, I mean he's going through different generations there.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
that's a lengthy lifespan. There.
So if I heard you correctly, you said you're looking at your Jimmy the Pony picture.
Yeah, I had one and I didn't scan it. I just.
Then you knew where I was going, why I asked you that, because we don't have it, and we're wondering why we don't have it.
Yeah, I'll get it up on the Facebook side.
Okay,
Right?
good.
be
Please
great.
do.
That'd be
Please
great.
do.
How old were you?
Oh, I was probably 3 or 4 years old.
Oh,
Okay, wonderful.
And Mike,
Early 60s.
Mike, we don't know the owner's name. We know Edie Strickland's father was one of the photographers, but we don't know the owner's name. But she may be calling in tonight.
Yeah, we
She
hope
may
that
be, yes.
Edie may be calling in tonight, so we hope to hear from her real soon.
Yeah, I've
Yes.
seen her name, and she mentioned that her father was one of the photographers. But see, I thought the photographer owned the pony.
I thought so as well.
Yeah, you would think
I thought
that,
so as
but
well, but
probably
perhaps there was
not.
a period of time there where he recruited somebody to help him, so that he just handled the kids and putting them on there while the photographer was doing the
And
actual picture.
were there any other photographers affiliated with the pony?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
We're
we don't
hoping that
know.
somebody out there knows
Yeah.
and will call us and let us know.
I'm pretty sure I've seen some posts on Facebook regarding that, and I think there probably was, but maybe somebody will.
There were different
call.
ponies.
I think you're
I
right.
know that.
We got your Bolita numbers before we let you go, Mike.
Right, Emilio Balaez, okay?
we got him all right.
All right, guys.
Wait! Before we let you go, for bonus points, did you know the movie from whence that song, that little?
Was it the good, the bad, and the ugly?
There it is.
That's it.
That was too easy. It was too
was
easy.
easy.
Yeah.
Ben
Clint,
Prescott.
he's
And
too,
Eastwood.
he's too good.
Of course.
Van Cleef, or whatever his name is.
Yes.
Eastwood.
Yes.
No, that was too good.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for calling.
Later.
Talk to you
Bye.
soon. Bye bye. Of course, that was too easy. All right, let's go to our caller on line 5. We do have a line open if you'd like to call us. 813-977-6800. Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hey Mario, it's Edie.
That is
Hi,
Edie.
Edie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, sweetie?
Wonderful. Thank you so much for calling. Enlighten us, because we know we've been telling
Yes.
our fans tonight that Edie Courtland, easy for
Easy
me
for
to
you
say.
to say.
Courtney Strickland.
Glenn.
Yeah, I'll get it right. had some experience with this, some personal experience. So take it away, Edie. Tell our fans what you know.
Okay. First of all, there were two ponies, identical ponies,
Oh, interesting.
both black and whites. And the reason why they were black and whites is because,
Black and
of course,
white
in the 50s, black and whites photographed better.
That's true.
Sure.
Yeah.
The shading and the coloring. Yeah, of course.
Exactly. The second thing was that the man that owned the ponies lived by Chamberlain High School somewhere.
Okay.
I cannot remember his name for the life of me. Of course, I was 3 years old.
Sure. Sure.
But he would cover North Tampa and Sulphur Springs area.
Mm-hmm.
And my father, from about 53 to 55, maybe 56, covered South Tampa and West Tampa area.
It must have been a pretty lucrative
Yeah, sounds
opportunity
like it. Look at all
because
the pictures that are out there.
and Tampa was teeming with
Yeah.
kids back then. So
That's true.
you know.
Said he would park at the end of the block, take Jimmy out of the
See?
trailer,
Like you said.
Yeah.
and walk down the block and go door to door. And very often on weekends, I would go with him.
Oh, how fun.
What a great memory.
great
Do you remember
memories.
those times?
Yes, I do. I remember them vividly.
Sure.
I don't have a whole lot of memories of him, but those are the memories I have of him.
How
Oh, that's great. That's wonderful that you
First-hand
have that.
experience.
That's so good.
That's great.
You know, the 15-minute girl and I, we sometimes we get a little sad when we think about Jimmy the Pony.
Yes.
We knew this was going to be a popular show, and we only get sad because Steve Cannella has 27 pictures of himself on Jimmy the Pony, and the 15-minute girl and I are still struggling to find one.
I don't think he came on my street.
But
I don't ever remember.
we
him.
do think he was around my neighborhood, and for whatever reason,
He would have been, yes.
no, he would have absolutely been, and we all remember it because again, cowboy and Indian movies,
Yeah.
the Western genre was very, very popular in the
Roy
1950s.
Rogers, Hopalong
You know, all of
Cassidy.
those shows, wonderful shows that lasted even through the 60s with
Yeah.
Bonanza, High Chaparral, Big
Yep.
Valley.
Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke, thank you. So you know, we know that was very prevalent, and kudos to the gentleman that seized that opportunity because
Yeah.
you know you had a little part-time
It's a great
job, it's not a
idea.
full-time job.
Yes.
It would work today.
Sure, it would work today.
Yeah.
And I think it's I don't know.
Let's get a pony.
Oh my gosh! Did you hear that, Edie? The 15-minute girl wants to get a pony. I don't know what you started here, Edie, but
What are you going to name him?
I don't know.
that may be the title of your next book. Let's get a pony.
Get a pony? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll think about that.
They're so
Did we get
cute.
your Bolita number, Edie?
No, not yet.
No, and I know 14's already taken.
I don't know if 14. Hold on.
Let's see, the 15
Double
minute
check.
girls.
The numbers are a little skewed tonight.
Yes, thanks,
no, I'll say the
Steve.
numbers.
Oh,
are
it is
skewed.
taken.
Yes,
Okay.
Edie's been watching.
How about 22?
22 is available.
There you go. Thank you, Edie, so
Thank
much
you,
for
Edie.
calling. We appreciate
Have a
you
good show.
kind of
We
setting the
do.
record
Thank
straight,
you.
and we appreciate. We know you watch as often as you can, and we do appreciate it.
I appreciate it too.
Thank you, sweetie.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. And we hope that Edie comes and parties with us on New
Yeah.
Year's.
Oh, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
You know, she usually has her own little events that she puts forth for the girls at West Tampa. They're the West Tampa Ladies
That's right.
Auxiliary, and I hope I got that right. But we hope that if they're not doing anything on New Year's Eve, Edie, bring your girlfriends, your lady friends, and all those people that you typically party with, your circle of friends, and bring them and come dance with us that night away on New Year's Eve at the Italian Club. It's going to be a great party.
Oh, we can't wait. I think you have some photos.
I
to
do,
go
I
over,
do, and
don't
I'd like
you?
to do those now, if I may, while we're waiting for our next
Please do those photos.
while we're waiting for our next caller. 813-977-6800. Operators are standing by, and apparently
are.
Dory's not doing much because she's got her hand on her chin on her hand right now. She's waiting for the phone to ring. So call us up.
call in.
But we'll go to is it picture number 10,
Number-
Steve? or
number
11?
10.
It is number 10?
Number 10.
Oh, I get the chance to do this one. Oh, great. Picture number 10, and we've talked about
Oh,
this
there he
picture
is.
tonight several times.
Yeah.
This dates back to 1933. You can see the chicken wire fence there behind. That's Joe Roman Sr. I mean, this was the early days in Ybor City, you know, but 40 years really after
Isn't that something?
after Ybor settled Ybor City. What a wonderful time it must have been to have been around then. I just guess that it was probably, Joe Roman was one of Rick Caceres's and Jack Espinosa's and Ferdy Pacheco's
Yeah.
contemporaries. So
Absolutely.
they shared all those memories of a different time in Tampa and in Ybor City. Guess the identity of this boy who became the Tampa legend for his entertainment talent and the job he held while he shared it with all of his guests at the Columbia restaurant. That's none other than Joe Roman Sr., a.k.a. the Singing Waiter. Look
How
at
about
that picture.
And I wonder what the name of that pony was.
That's right, because
I don't know.
Probably
we
not
know
Jimmy
it's
the
not
Pony.
Jimmy, because
No.
Jimmy was white and black.
But he's
Yeah.
also a very handsome pony.
And very stout as well,
Yes, he
very
is.
well built
Yeah.
little pony. Picture number
Good
11. Picture number 11. This is a wonderful. Well, there she is.
Look at those socks.
Ladies and
Those
gentlemen,
two
and we
socks.
thought that there was no picture of the 15-minute girl mounted atop her.
Watch the mounting part.
Yeah, lots of steam.
No, you haven't changed a
How's
bit.
that? Yeah, she hasn't. But thank goodness she changed her tube socks. That's all I'm saying, because
And
the
Mary
tube,
Jane shoes. look at
apparently the
that.
tube socks were very popular back in the day.
That is
and we
so
have
cool.
we have a sighting. We have a Jimmy the Pony
Thank
sighting.
you, Dan.
With let's tell everybody how that came
Dan
to be.
Perez. I sent out a plea to Dan Perez to see if he could make me have my own Jimmy the Pony picture, and there is what he did. and
The
he did it
incomparable,
magically.
the one,
Yes.
the only. Bring that
Thank
shot
you,
up
Dan.
again, because we've got to look at it one more time. This is Dan's handiwork. Yes,
I even had sunglasses back then.
yes, Virginia, there is a 15-minute girl picture
It's
atop
perfect though. The way he just placed my head on there is
of
amazing.
Jimmy the Pony. So thank you, Dan. That's Dan and the magic of Photoshop.
He could do wonders with Photoshop, can't he?
Yeah, be careful, because you know I have a
Yes.
sneaky suspicion that sometime in November there's going to be a photograph emerge on the internet that's going to show Mario somewhere in the grassy knoll, and it's going to put me in a lot of trouble. So be careful
Let's hope
what you
not.
wish
Stay
for.
on good terms with Dan.
Of
Thank you,
course.
Dan.
Thank
I
you, Dan.
appreciate
Thank you
that.
so much for taking care of that. Now, picture number 12. And this has to do with what we did yesterday. Well, look at that picture right there, ladies and gentlemen.
There's our
That's
pony picture.
Mario Nunez, none other than with his very own Jimmy the Pony picture. Now, I want you to know something. Yesterday, we took a drive out to Land O'Lakes, and we found David Zumo, who was very, very gracious and
Very
generous.
sweet
It was
guy.
a rainy afternoon. He met us there. He opened the gate. He ushered us onto his
Yep.
property.
He was waiting for us
All
in the
10
rain with Trigger.
with that's actually Trigger is what they call him. We call him Tony Zapponi. That's Tony Zapponi, ladies and gentlemen, that I was photographed with there in my Mexican festoon and my Mexican hat and all of my regalia. But what makes that pony so special? He was adorable.
Yes.
Very healthy, very lovely pony. And it just started to rain before we got there, so he got a little matted down. He was brushed. He was ready to go. But what makes him very, very popular with a lot of the kids, especially when they take him on the road, is you can see his eyes. They're not only are they blue,
Yeah.
but they're glass. They almost look.
Looks like
he
a
almost
toy
looks-
pony.
He almost looks like a pony from a carousel.
Yeah.
You know, not a real pony.
That's what I thought at first.
But I can assure you that is
was
a real
real.
pony.
Yeah.
He was very gentle. He was very sweet. He looked
was.
at me and he
Was
wondered
eating
who
a
I
lot
was.
of grass.
But he was happy enough to eat a lot of grass,
Yeah.
and he stood there while I took a picture. I asked David. I said, David, would I be able to, get atop this pony here? Am I too big? Is what I was asking to jump. I hesitate to use the word mount, but I'll use it now
Yes,
in this
you've
case.
used that many times already.
Is it okay for me to get up on top of Tony Zapponi? And he said, no, Mario, he said, you're a little too big. He said, actually, they can handle about a half of their body weight, is what he
Right.
said. And this lovely little pony goes about 220 pounds. So they can handle up to about 120 pounds, 110 pounds without putting too much stress on the pony's back. But they have larger horses that I might be able to have a photograph taken with at another time. And we definitely want to go back out there because there was so much more to see out there. And they have a menagerie of animals,
they
as
do
we
have
mentioned
lots of
earlier. So that's out there in Land O'Lakes. And that's my Tony Zapponi
Tony
picture.
Zapponi story?
That's my Tony Zapponi
I wonder if
picture.
Tony's watching right now.
Of course he is. He said he would
said
be.
he was
So
gonna
Tony,
be.
that one's for you. Next picture, number 13, is our one, our only,
How cute.
Hey, look who that is.
our IT guy. That's Steve Canella and his sister Kathy. They were Jimmy's favorite repeat customers, as we mentioned earlier. They really got their money's worth with Jimmy. And of course, Jimmy got his money's worth with them. You can see how enthused Jimmy was,
He
on
was.
Canella Day. Yeah, he had his head down. He was just like, oh, these people again for crying out loud.
You know, I like that idea, Canelo Day.
Yeah, of
That should be
course.
official, I think.
It should be
Yeah,
a
why
proclamation.
not?
Yeah.
We know the mayor. Perhaps he can go to work.
Round
with
up
him.
all your canellas.
You know,
Okay.
but again, this is the second of a whole ensemble of photographs. But I love that picture because I
No,
hope
it's
Kathy's
precious.
watching because
Yeah.
that's a really cute picture of you and your sister.
is.
bud.
That is a good one.
You know what I mean?
Very sweet.
She's being sweet, and you're being kind of sweet. I guess.
Kind of had to.
Yeah, kinda had to.
At the moment.
Yeah, of
Very
course.
cute.
And you were excited. It was Jimmy the Pony Day.
No, it It was
At the
a big
Canella
deal.
House.
That was a big deal.
Yeah.
Picture number 14, very good. Picture number 14,
There's
again
Jimmy.
with Jimmy the Pony.
Look at him there.
And this is, I want to say, is this Coombe? Is that correct?
I think so.
Coombe, Sherry Barden.
Well, I think it's Sherry Barden Coombe, I believe.
Ah, you're right, the
think
comma
it's-
there. Let me read that again. Okay, picture number 14. This is Sherry Barden Coombe, circa January of 1961. Sherry, forgive me for just totally butchering that name, but Coombe sounded good and it looked good up front. So, Sherry
Very
Barden
nice.
Coombe, 1961. Look at that. And Jimmy
That's great.
there, again, the picture of
very
health.
proud.
Picture of health.
Yeah.
Love that photograph. Next picture, number 15. Classmate of mine at Jefferson High School, Celinda Correa. She's a classmate of mine. You think I know her name?
I'll be darned.
can't even say
Celinda
it.
Correa Kerwood. Yep.
Look at that.
Circa 1960. She said, I think this was taken in the Southern Comfort area. It was
Where
about
was that?
1960. I was about 3, I think. The house behind me does not look like the one we moved to in West Tampa. We moved to West Tampa in about 1961. Again,
The windows.
the window with the jealous, you see the little window sill there,
Yep.
and the jealousy windows. And Celinda wasn't quite sure, I think, of what was happening here.
She didn't look too happy.
She looked a little less than enthusiastic about being atop of Jimmy.
Uncertain look.
Still cute.
But again, it's an adorable picture. And again, hats off, because Celinda has got a Jimmy the Pony picture.
That's right.
Next picture, number 16, is from Michelle O'Neill McCafferty. And it says here that it's around 1962 on Jimmy. This is on 13th Street at her grandmother's house. So you can see that's Ybor City, right? 13th Street in Ybor City. Jimmy made the rounds.
Same
and apparently,
jealousy windows.
jealousy windows were the rage back in the early 60s. We all know that. And there she is, probably wearing a cowboy hat. And that's the other thing. When the owner brought Jimmy around to your house, he had all of the little accessories.
Yeah.
So you
Right.
didn't even need to have anything.
And the chaps.
Made it
Some,
easy.
some
Right.
little boys and girls did because, again, cowboys and Indians
Sure.
very popular
Yeah,
back
my
then.
brother
But
had
if you
all
didn't,
that.
he had the chaps, he had the hat, he had the little vest, perhaps a little frilly vest, and easy for him to sell that to the moms and the
Yep.
dads and
What
the
a- how
grandparents.
What a
convenient.
great business, actually.
Yeah,
if you think
that's
about
what
it.
I'm saying.
Somebody
man.
has
You'd
got a
be
photo.
Great. You'd be great.
Somebody, thank you, darling. Somebody has got a photo album out there that has all of the pictures,
You know
if
it.
not most of the pictures, of Jimmy the Pony. Now, if this thing went on for the better part of 30, 40, or 50 years, let's say the biggest years were from 1945 to 1965. Let's take that 20-year block. Imagine how many pictures were taken of Jimmy the Pony over those years.
Yeah.
So if you've got those
Thousands.
pictures or you have access to them, please
Yeah.
let us know. We want to see those photographs.
Wouldn't that be an amazing find?
We'd like to put that in the archives with our material that goes to the University of South Florida, because that's a historical significance, and we think that should be recorded into perpetuity for the next 30, 40, 50 years, so that they know what we were doing here in Tampa in the 1940s, 50s, and 60s.
Another collection.
Lastly, let's go to picture number, I'm sorry, we have 2 more pictures for me. Number 17 is Kathy Canella Courtney.
That is so cute.
And
And again, it's Canella Day.
This is another Canella, of course, Canella Day.
Seems to be a theme.
Apparently, the Canellas wrote in to Jimmy and said, "Jimmy, please come by this weekend. We're here. My mother's got her checkbook out, and Kathy looks adorable.
She does.
She looks adorable. And I think that
Yeah,
was
great
taken the
photo.
same day that you were taking the picture with her on the same day.
Probably.
I think it was.
Because
Yeah. I
it
think
it
looks to
was.
me like she's got the same shirt on, and I think the same chaps. So.
They fit her pretty good.
Yeah.
They fit her pretty good. She looks great. And,
Yeah,
and
that
there's
was-
something, let me just say for the record while we're waiting for our next caller, and if there's not another caller, then I'll just talk the rest of the show. So if you want to hear me stop talking, you better call. But let me say
Please call.
for the record, the Canellas, they look very comfortable atop horseback. Because you look at Kathy here, she's leaning back,
she
she's
looks like
holding
she
the
rides
reins. She
horses.
looks like she was born on horseback.
Got a big smile.
Big
Not
smile, very
afraid.
comfortable. And if you go back to that picture with Steve, where he's got his best
Lean. He's got this.
his
That
best,
was number 7.
His best Fess Parker, where he's just kind of gun smoking it up there. I'm telling you right now, these Canellas, they're country folk really at heart. They were born.
Country folk.
They were born to ride horses. So that
There
just
he
they're looking-
is.
I mean, I don't know what to say about that
He's
photograph.
got that cowboy
Hey,
lean going on.
It was a natural.
Yeah,
It was natural.
Yeah, absolutely. There you
Very
go.
nice.
That's Steve Canella, ladies and gentlemen.
I need a horse, I guess.
Maybe you should open a pony. Maybe you could be the pony man.
I don't know what to say about that, but we're gonna ring a bell
That's a bell ring.
because Steve needs a horse apparently. All right.
need another
One
pet.
more
I got one more picture, number 18.
Okay.
Let me get a swallow of water. Have mercy. Number 18, ladies and gentlemen, this is our very own Edie Courtney Strickland, who called in just a few moments ago. The year here is 1953. Her dad, Robert L. Courtney, was the photographer. And then it says, read the description of the photo album to learn more. That's you know, that's I don't know what to say. You can't put a price tag on that.
You're very lucky, Edie.
Yep, Edie, you had a wonderful childhood with a lot of memories.
Yep.
And you're still documenting those through your literature and of course through your gatherings with your friends. So I think it's pretty
nice.
exciting. Well, we've got something that we need to show our fans now before we get to the end of the show. We blew right past the midway point. It should have been at 7:15, but if we could call up now, we're almost there.
And then we'll come back and finish the rest of the photos.
You want to let everybody know, Stevie, what they're about to watch?
Well, this is the commercial for our sponsors. This is in recognition of the Tampa Native Show sponsors, who without which we wouldn't be here.
Correct.
And a little follow-up video right after that about Tampa versus Tampa Bay.
All right, let's show that. Enjoy that. It's about 2 minutes. Thank you. Hi, Tampa Native Show fans. Mario Nunez here. You know, I'd like to say thank you, one and all, to our fans, our sponsors, for your contributions and your donations. Without your generosity, this show would not be possible. There are our sponsor logos right there on the screen. We'd like to encourage you to visit our sponsors on our website. Click that sponsor tab. Get over there and visit our sponsors. Better than that, get in your car and drive over and see our sponsors and tell them the Tampa Native Show sent you. There's no better time to be a fan or a sponsor of the Tampa Native Show. Visit our website and get in touch with us real soon. We'd love to hear from you. www.tampanativeshow.com. Can't wait to see you soon. Salute and happy days.
I remember Tampa, the way she used to be, the places we would run to, the faces we would see. Yes, I remember Tampa, her sweet, soft memories, a city rising on the move, a simple yet progressive groove. Yes, I remember Tampa, she remembers me, walking through the park at night, beneath the rustling trees, children running, riding bike, footloose, fancy free. I remember Tampa, those sweet, sweet memories, the city that I call my home, the home from which I never roamed. Yes, I remember Tampa.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for indulging us while we showed you that little break in the action there. That was a shout out and a thank you to our sponsors, as well as a reminder that we are indeed, Steve?
Tampa,
not Tampa Bay. Exactly.
You know what? Do you remember that cheer that used to go up at Raymond James, for crying out loud, at Tampa Stadium?
Oh.
You remember in the early days of the Buccaneers back in the late 70s, when
Tampa,
one half of the stadium would yell out
Remember
Tampa, and the other half would yell out Bay.
I remember that.
And then it goes Tampa Bay. Remember that? It was like, I couldn't be any more lame.
Do
It's
they not
lame
do that
today.
anymore?
They still do that now, They do it not only there, but some people have started that at Tropicana Field.
Oh, no.
Tampa Bay. You know what? We should start one here in the show.
Just Tampa.
Tampa, not Tampa Bay. Tampa, not Tampa. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox.
Okay,
Darling?
That's a good point,
let's
though.
start
We've
back
got some
with
pictures.
Some more
We do.
pictures.
We got to ramble
with
because we got 20 minutes to
picture
go.
number 19.
Here we go. Take it away, my love.
I'm taking it.
Yeah, giddy up here.
Okay, that picture is Debbie Perry Williams and her big brother Billy, circa 1965.
Adorable.
Very cute.
Come on now. Brother and sister act.
And then picture number 20, that's someone we all know. That's Ben Crumpton without his cat on Jimmy.
Oh, Ben. And look at his
How cute.
Look at
You
his
were a
chaps.
cutie, Ben.
He had some llama skin
Yeah,
chaps or
look at
something.
that. Yeah.
Either that or his mother just draped a rug over him. We don't know what's going
Sheepskin.
on there.
Okay, number 21, that's Rachel Perez Miller on Jimmy, March 1958.
Jimmy's looking good. Rachel, you too. I like the way she's wearing her hat there.
Yep, and this is number 22, Frank Jinko Sr. on Jimmy, circa 1950. This one is Vicky Castellano on Jimmy, 1959. She's cute. I love her hat. And this is Marta Medeiros Miller on Jimmy, circa 1957.
And what's different about this one?
He's brown and white.
And the picture is?
1957.
And furthermore,
color.
That's what I was going for.
Color.
That's what I was going for. And we don't know if it was color, as in the photograph was color,
Yeah, it could have been.
or just could have been hand painted. Because remember,
sometimes it looked a little like
yeah,
that.
the hand painting effect was something
Right.
that was very popular also
Right.
back then.
And our last picture is kind of special. Oh, who's that little Indian?
Yeah, buddy.
Photo bomb on
Photobomb.
Steve's pony picture.
Don't you just think that Steve was going to get away with all those gangster leans without Mario just popping in there?
That's not happening. We all know that.
Because we know better than that. And
Yes, we
after
do.
all, what's the Lone Ranger without Tonto,
Without
if you know
Tonto.
what I'm saying?
Correct.
Sneaking up on him. You know?
Yeah, he was.
Another thanks to Dan Perez for that.
Another
Thank you,
Dan
Dan.
Perez. Another
Good
Dan
job.
Perez. That's what I said. I think I'm going to end up on the grassy knoll. That's not right.
That's a gem.
That
How is
photograph.
it that you're in color and the rest of the
Well,
picture's
I'll
black and
explain that now. Actually, the picture of little Mario with his
Injun
and
Joe.
oh, by the way, Steve, what did we say you were about? How old here in this picture? About 6 or 7?
I'd say about
Maybe 5, or would you say a little
It was
older?
65, so I would say 6 years, about five and a half.
Okay, 5 and a half. And I was in the 2nd grade in this picture here, so I'm about 7, 8. So about the same age difference as we
Okay.
have currently. And that picture was taken out of another photograph with about 4 or 5 of my fellow students at Grady Elementary School, and apparently it was around the fall, and we were doing the pilgrim thing with the Indian thing. And so he, Dan magically cropped me
That's
out
hilarious.
and photobombed me in, and I tell you what, that's why I'm in color, and Steve's in black and white, and what a great shot that
That's
is.
perfect.
We should have asked him to actually put me on the horse with you. I could have been standing on the back of the horse. That would have been even funnier.
Well,
Maybe
next
next time.
He's probably doing it right now.
Come on, Danny. Come on, man. Pressure's on. We got about 15 minutes to go in the show. You can get that done.
But one more photo.
One more
Oh,
picture.
let's show that picture, please.
This is to show how it's still in effect today. The pony.
Yep.
Photos. Here we go. This is baby Riquelme. This is Dory's sister's son, and this is Benjamin. On the
Benjamin.
pony. I don't know the name of the pony though.
So if it's
That's
let
cute.
me see if I can figure this out now. If it's Dory's sister's son,
That's her nephew.
it could be Dory's
It
nephew.
could be your
It
nephew,
could
too.
very well be. It could very well be. It could very well be Dory's nephew.
That was easy.
But see there, even in 1998, it's still going on.
Benjamin Alvarez.
Benjamin Alvarez,
And he's
wonderful,
adorable.
and he is, and that picture was
Great photo.
tremendous.
Yes.
So we need to maybe start that business up again. If there's anybody out there that would like to
I still
fund
think
that
we should do that, dear.
and has the money to buy the trailer and the pony and all the
That would be
accoutrement,
fun.
the 3 of us will go around town taking
The Tampa Native Show.
Tony's pony pictures. We will take those pictures.
That'd be fun.
What a great memory though.
Tremendous,
Yes.
tremendous.
part of our
tremendous.
childhood.
Did we mention, Steve, earlier that we're going to be doing a New Year's Eve party this year?
We did.
You know, I think we did.
Okay, I don't, I'm looking at my notes here on the table, and I absolutely don't want to let that one slide by. We also want to mention that tonight, in addition to Hello Dory being with us in the booth answering the many phone calls that we wish we were getting tonight, but we also have with us Miss Becky Yatal. Becky's in there, and she's sitting hard by Erica Hudnell's side. She's watching her every move and studying, because rumor has it that she may be joining the production here pretty soon, and
We're
we would
excited
be
about
all
that.
too happy to have her join us. We're very excited to have her considering coming on board with us. So thank you for that.
Dear,
Yes.
we're at the 15-minute mark already, and since tomorrow is your birthday,
It's my birthday.
Your birthday
it's your
tomorrow?
birthday tomorrow.
It's my birthday.
So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Showbiz. Happy birthday to you.
I think it's a bell.
Thank you,
Happy
darling.
birthday, baby.
And many more.
What a great effect too. With
For
the
he's a
balloons.
jolly
That's
good
great.
fellow.
Yes.
Very good.
That's awesome.
That's Erica Hudnell at the controls. Well, we're going to go out and celebrate after the show.
We
We're going to
are.
go to the Hard Rock, and we're going to toss a few back.
Happy
Maybe
birthday in
just one.
advance.
Thank you, Stevie.
Yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate
definitely.
that. Last year, we had the good fortune of doing our show Thursday, and my
Right.
birthday fell on that day,
Yes.
remember? And I wore my Burger King crown. It was
That's
a
right.
great
I remember
That's
that.
right. And then I
Yeah.
think mine was it fell on the same day as well. My birthday, December 15th.
December 15th. So
And we had a cake and everything.
every
It was
time
great.
we roll around to a Thursday special occasion, whether it's an anniversary or a
Yeah.
birthday, we get to share it with you, our viewers, and we're happy to do
We
so.
are. It's fun. Fun for us.
You know, we know you're out there watching, and it's funny because today I had, I've been working to go full circle with the conversation. I'm still working a little bit with the Richard Caceres memorial, I should say dedication to the field house at Jefferson High School. So I'm still having to make a lot of calls and contacts and follow-ups. And today I had the occasion to call Steve Otto, who is a Tampa native, and certainly everybody's familiar with Steve's work with the Tampa Tribune for the better part of 35 years now. And I mentioned to Steve that we appreciated the article he wrote that came out in yesterday's paper about Rick Caceres, and also that we were going to do the dedication on the 25th. Unfortunately, he's going to be out of town. He's going to be on a cruise, but I mentioned to him, please make sure that you send a representative from the Tribune, because it's a worthy event, certainly, and the Tribune should be covering it. And he said he would, to please keep him posted. But he also mentioned, and this is what I was getting to, he also mentioned, hey, and he said, Steve, he says, I like your show. He says, I watch your show. And I thought that was pretty
very cool.
That's good to hear.
Because I didn't really know that Steve A, knew about us, and B, watched us. So thank you, Steve.
Good to know.
And we are not lost on the fact that you are a Tampa native.
Yes, you are.
A Plan High grad, and somebody that has been in the community for
long time,
great many years, and is also very vested. And we want to have you on the show at some point in time. So let's see if perhaps in the next season, which starts the first week in October, we can book you on the show. We'd love to have you one Thursday evening from 7 to 8 o'clock. So we look forward to that, Steve. And thank you for watching.
Yes.
Stevie,
that's great.
I heard something.
You heard the beep, didn't you?
Double check and make sure when we do our Believe It drawing that we don't leave anybody out.
Well, you know,
Who do we have?
Jim Carney sent us a couple emails, but no Believe It number, so I responded back asking him for a number.
Okay.
So hopefully
You want
to
to read his emails?
But yeah, absolutely.
Please.
It says, hey, Steve, great music selections for the Jimmy the Pony montage.
All right now.
Yeah, he's a music guy for sure.
That's right. And also, he did pick out the Good, Bad, and the Ugly ahead of time as well.
Very nice.
This just came in. Edie Courtney Strickland, she just writes, she says, damn, you guys made me cry.
Aww.
Thank you so much for doing this show, and thanks, Dory, for calling me back. The Tampa, the best little big city in the USA. How about
Absolutely. We agree with
That's so
you,
true.
Edie.
There's a bell ring for Edie.
Yes,
And
that was very nice.
You know, that's what we do here on the Tampa Native Show. We like to think that each and every week we build that time machine and we invite you guys to climb on board with us, and we take you back and
touch somebody's heart.
And hopefully we touch your heart. And you know, to be honest with you, it's as campy as this might sound to some of you, we are affected by it as well.
We are.
I mean, this is not lost on us, Stevie. You know,
Not at all.
I mean,
Not at all.
We leave here feeling really good
Uplifted.
after every show.
Each and every week
Well,
we feel like we're connecting.
I think it's safe to say that we have just as much fun doing the show as the fans do watching the show.
Yes.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
And we've
maybe
been-
more fun,
Maybe,
actually.
yeah, maybe so. Maybe
And
so.
we've been doing it now for, we just celebrated the 1st of September.
Yeah.
3 years. Our first show aired September 1st,
amazing.
2010.
2010.
We've got over 110 shows in the can, as
That's
they
amazing.
say.
Can't believe it.
It
It's
is
a lot of
amazing.
hours. But you know what? It doesn't feel like it, because it
No.
feels like we're just getting started. If I
I
may,
think we are just
if I
getting
may,
started.
Thank you, baby. I think so too. I really do.
Yeah.
I think that we've just tapped the wellspring. But if there's any more reminder than the loss of a legend last week, that we are still in that race against time, and we are running in quicksand because we're not getting very far.
Yeah.
We need to get as many of these people in. You know, that was on my bucket list. I don't mind sharing that with all of y'all watching. That was one of the things that, when I got the phone call from Tony Zapponi, who called me Saturday to let me know that we had lost Rick, you know, I was angry. My first reaction was angry, and then frustrated, and then sad. I went through all of that because I really, really wanted to have him on the show. You know, we were fortunate to have Marcelo Macedo on the show but once, but we did get him on the show.
Yeah.
And Rick was one of those guys that I felt like the show catalog wouldn't be complete without his appearance. And, you know, that will have to be done now through his friends and his
Buddies,
mates.
yeah.
So help us. If you're out there and you know some folks out there that are deserving, certainly Tampa natives that are
Getting up in
significant
years.
to our
Yeah.
history.
Legends.
And we need to document their story. It's just a conversation. We invite them to come on the set with us, and it's nothing any more than just to sit here and have a wonderful conversation with us. So please help us. Help us with that.
You know, we got another email from Ricky Rodriguez, and he wanted us to celebrate his son, or wish his son, Ryan Rodriguez, a happy 29th birthday.
Is that today?
Yeah, just now.
Just
Just
Happy
But is his
29th
birthday
birthday,
today?
yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah, it sure is.
Ryan.
Ryan
Brian.
Rodriguez.
Ryan Rodriguez.
Ryan Rodriguez. This is
Ricky's-
for you, my good man.
Happy birthday.
Ricky, that's amazing,
Look at
brother.
that.
We
That's
have
great.
2 sons that share a birthday.
Yeah.
How about that? 2 terrific Tampa natives. I'm
And how
talking
old
about
is
you
his
and me,
son?
Ricky. Now I'm talking about you and me.
29.
29.
Happy-
Okay.
Happy 29.
Nick's 27.
Nick's 27 today?
27.
That
wow.
is pretty cool.
You know, people in the past, they mentioned about the show, like, hey, aren't you guys ever going to run out of topics to talk about?
I don't think
No.
so.
And I don't think so either. I mean, we're just like you said, we're just scratching the surface now.
Yes.
Just
So-
tapping the wellspring. So,
Yeah.
you know, we're in a hurry. We're in a hurry. We don't have any time to waste. But every conversation that we have, every topic that we open a new door, 3 more doors open up to
Yes.
us. So,
We
guys,
have more and more people trying to help us too, which is really wonderful.
and reaching
Yes.
out to us. For example, we've
web
got just a
is
few minutes left. So we'll
expanding.
get to our
Yes.
board. We'll
Yeah.
get to our Bolita drawing now. But let me just mention this for your consideration. And if I may say so, we've got about 5 minutes to go, guys. Tomorrow, if you think about it, and I'm nervous about this, but I was just interviewed the other day by La Gaceta newspaper,
Oh,
the only
that's
trilingual
right,
newspaper
yes.
in the United States
Yeah.
of America. And I'm being featured in an article tomorrow that appears on my birthday. How serendipitous is that?
A full page.
And
by
I don't
the
know
way.
what they're going to say about me, but I hope it's good. I think
It
it will
will
be.
be.
So if you're around in La Gaceta newspaper, pick one up.
Yes.
I'll be somewhere in the featured page. All right.
Jim Carney, 39.
Okay, Jim Carney, 39.
In honor of Freddie Pacheco and his Panama hat, Mario's going to don his hat today
Dun, da, da, da.
for the Bolita drawing. Bolita. Here we go. I can see Dory waving me off. She says, "Don't put it on. Don't put it on."
One more. Did we get Tony Gonzalez, number 31?
Tony Gonzalez.
Tony Gonzalez.
31.
Tony Gonzalez. Where's he
31.
been?
We haven't heard from Tony in a long time.
But he's out there watching.
He's watching.
And that's the important thing. All right, Stevie, you ready to draw?
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's go.
This is for 200 milliliters. 200 milliliters
100.
of balsamic
That's a lot.
vinegar or cold infused balsamic vinegar or cold pressed olive oil from Joe & Sons.
Here we go. I'm gonna dig deep
Get
in the
down
bag
there
here.
and see Marilyn and Andrea and let them wow you.
Low number 6.
Oh my goodness.
Which would
That's a little
be number 3, our buddy Joe Abini.
Joe Abini.
Ba, 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 ba.
That's why he
Joe
picked
Abini. Come on, brother.
I know. That's
what
right.
is
Come
he
on,
got?
brother.
Oh, this is the olive oil.
This is for a pound of Garagolillo coffee
Oh, here's
from
a
the
good,
coffee mills of Garagolillo coffee.
Good
right
middle.
there on Hesperides.
good middle number 45.
There you go.
45.
Now you're talking.
Dead center.
So 44,
That would be
43, 42.
Jim Carney,
Jim Carney.
39.
Jim Carney, 39.
Just got in under the wire.
Nice,
Coffee.
Jim. And this is for one of our brand new T-shirts commemorating those businesses in Tampa that are not only sponsors of the show, but have been in business for at least 50 years. This is a pretty exclusive group of family of sponsors.
And a
Stevie,
very nice shirt. Number 70.
70.
70.
Brother, you covered it all.
Man,
You
I
went
got 'em all.
6,
Okay,
45,
that
and
would
70.
be
Now that's a
Mr.
low
draw.
Dale
Low and
Kimball
high.
with
Dale.
number 56.
Wow, Dale Kimball. I think he won a shirt not too long ago.
Yep.
He's winning a team full of shirts. That's great. That's great, Dale. Congratulations. As a matter of fact, Dale, if you're out there watching, and we know you are, I'm going to be heading out to Florida Blood Services, which has been recently renamed One Blood, because I guess they consolidated all the blood services throughout the entire state of Florida on Monday, because I'm due to donate on Monday. That's O negative blood. If you're out there and you're watching and you're not squeamish and you are healthy enough, donate blood. It's the least you can do for your fellow man. And I'll tell you what, it's a healthy thing to do as well. So, Dale, I'll take your shirts over there and I'll leave it over there with Agnes
That's right, he
or
he
Debbie.
donates too.
Because he requested that we do that. And Dale's a platelet donor.
Yes,
so,
he is.
So congratulations
I
on
would
that.
I would do it, but I'm squeamish.
I know.
Hey, by the way,
can't do needles.
You know what? That video that we just showed tonight,
Sure.
the good, the bad, and the ugly, I'll go ahead and put that on the website, TampaNativeShow.com.
Good.
Have that up, I'd say, probably by the end of the day tomorrow. So if you want to see it again, go to TampaNativeShow.com. Give me 24 hours. You should see it up there. And you can play it, listen to it again.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Did a great job.
Send us your Jimmy the Pony pictures. Please, please, please go to our website, TampaNativeShow.com. TampaNativeShow.com. Leave us a comment.
Yes.
Let us know you're watching. Let us know you appreciate the show tonight. That really does well for us, and it also helps our sponsors to
Yes,
let
it
everybody
does.
know you're out there watching.
It does.
Dory's telling me we got about a minute to go. Guys, did you have fun tonight?
It was fun.
I had a great
wasn't
time.
it?
It was
Had
good
a great
tonight,
time.
wasn't it? Thank you all for indulging us. Thanks for being there with us again. 90 minutes tonight, and it flew by.
It did.
They all do.
We look forward to being with you in 2 weeks again live. We're going to be off next week, although there'll be a show here. Reach out to us. Let us know you're out there watching. We appreciate you. To Becky in the control booth watching tonight, to Erica Hudnell on our TriCaster, and there's hello, Dory. Next to me, the 15-minute girl, Tampa Steve.
Let's do it, guys.
I'm a little bit early, I think. How much time do I got left? I'm okay. 30 seconds. That's an eternity
well,
here.
That's a
before
long
we
time.
stop, let's
Go ahead,
just
darling.
say happy birthday, Mr. Showbiz.
Happy
one more
birthday.
time.
All right, brother.
Here we go.
I appreciate y'all. Really, I do. We're going to go down to Hard Rock now and get us a cold beverage and enjoy the rest of the evening. And listen to Cuckoo Cuckoo, Rodney Justo and company. They're wonderful.
Can't wait.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you, La Gaceta. Thank you to our
we'll
fans.
be looking forward to that.
We're looking forward to continuing bringing you many more shows. So let's do it together,
Let's go.
guys.
Ready? Let's go.
Salud.
And
Happy days. We love you, Tampa.
Yes, we do.
See you next week.
In 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you, guys.
Good night, guys.
Great show, everybody.
Great.
Great show.
Back when we were younger and everything seemed new, we used to have a lot of fun, yes we did, no matter what we do. Sleepy days, long summer nights, going anywhere we please, with love that I could call my own, love that I've always known, the city that I call my home, a home from which I never roam. This love affair was meant to be. I love her and she loves me. I remember Tampa, oh, she remembers me. She remembers me. I remember, yeah, yes I do. Oh, I remember, yeah, me and you. I'm a Tampa native, Tampa native, can't you see? I will share my story with you to preserve its history.
All right now, don't forget, Thursdays, 7 p.m. on TBCN, home of the Tampa Native Show.